Athens is one of the most visited cities in the world, and that might scare some people away because they think it's just one massive tourist hotspot. But there's a reason why it's such a popular place to visit. I mean, the history of this place is amazing, with the Acropolis overlooking the city, and there are many other less famous sites as well. And it's not like every area is full of tourists. There are so many things to see and do, and in this video, I'm sharing the top 10. So let's just get started straight away. The best place to start in Athens is definitely the Acropolis, because it's the landmark most people picture when they think of the city. It sits above the center of Athens, so even before you reach the top, you keep seeing it from different streets, rooftops, and viewpoints. Once you actually walk up there, it feels like the whole city opens around you. The main highlight is the Parthenon, but the Acropolis is more than just one temple. You can also see places like the Erechtheion, the Temple of Athena Nike, the old gateway of the Propylaea, and the slopes below the hill. What makes it special is not only the history, but also the setting. You're standing above modern Athens, surrounded by ancient marble, with views stretching across the city. I'd try to go early in the morning or later in the day because the site is very open and the midday sun can make it feel much harder. Even if you only do one major historic stop in Athens, this should be the one. After visiting the Acropolis Museum is the perfect place to understand what you just saw. It's located very close to the archaeological site, so it fits naturally into the same day without needing a long trip across the city. The museum is modern, bright, and easy to walk through, which makes it feel different from some older museums that can be a bit heavy or overwhelming. What I like about the Acropolis Museum is that it helps the ruins feel more complete. Up on the hill, you see the temples and the views, but inside the museum you get to see sculptures, statues, everyday objects, and details that explain how important the Acropolis was in ancient Athens. One of the best parts is the Parthenon gallery on the top floor, where the layout is connected to the actual Parthenon. There are also glass floors in parts of the museum where you can look down at ancient remains below the building. The Acropolis Museum is a really good stop if you want history, but still want something clean, comfortable, and not too difficult to enjoy. For a more relaxed side of Athens, spend some time walking around Plaka, the old neighborhood below the Acropolis. This is one of the nicest areas for wandering without a strict plan, because you get narrow streets, small shops, cafes, restaurants, old churches, and little corners that feel much quieter than the big roads nearby. It's touristy in some parts, but it still has a lot of charm. A good way to enjoy Plaka is to start near the Acropolis area and slowly make your way through the streets toward Monastiraki or Syntagma. Along the way, you can stop for coffee, look at souvenirs, or sit down for a casual Greek meal. I'd also try to find Anafiotika, a tiny neighborhood on the slope of the Acropolis with whitewashed houses, steps, and a more island-like feeling. It almost feels strange to find this kind of peaceful little area in the middle of Athens. Plaka is not really about one single attraction, it's more about the atmosphere, and that's why it's such a nice break between bigger sightseeing stops. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Another important historic stop in Athens is the ancient Agora. While the Acropolis is the big dramatic landmark above the city, the Agora gives you a better feeling of what daily life in ancient Athens might have been like. This was once a major public area where people gathered for politics, business, religion, and social life, so it feels like a place where the city's history becomes a bit more real. The site is quite open and easy to walk around, with old ruins, pathways, trees, and views back toward the Acropolis. One of the main highlights is the Temple of Hephaestus, which is one of the best preserved ancient temples in Greece. You can also visit the Stoa of Attalos, which has been reconstructed and now holds the Museum of the Ancient Agora. I like the Ancient Agora because it feels calmer than the Acropolis, but still very meaningful. You can take your time, walk between the ruins, and imagine how busy this area once was. It's a great place to visit if you want more history without feeling like you're just rushing from one famous monument to another. If you want one of the best views in Athens, head up to Lycabettus Hill. It's one of those places that helps you understand just how big Athens really is. From the top, you can see the city spreading out in every direction, with the Acropolis below you and the sea in the distance on a clear day. You can walk up if you want a bit of exercise, but there is also a cable car, which makes it much easier if you don't feel like climbing. The best time to go is late afternoon or around sunset, because the light over the city is much nicer and the temperature is usually more comfortable. At the top, there's a small white church, viewing areas, and places where you can just stand for a while and take in the whole scene. I think Lycabettus is especially good after you've already spent time walking around the historic center, because from above you can see many of the places you've been exploring. It's a simple activity, but the view makes it one of the most memorable stops in Athens. For a more lively part of Athens, Monastiraki is one of the best areas to explore. It has a completely different feeling from the ancient sites, even though there is still history all around you. You'll find a busy square, street performers, rooftop cafes, souvenir shops, flea market streets, and views of the Acropolis appearing between buildings. What makes Monastiraki fun is the mix of everything. One moment you're looking at old ruins, and a few minutes later, you're walking past shops selling clothes, antiques, sandals, jewelry, or random little souvenirs. It's a good place to visit without too much of a plan, especially if you enjoy busy city areas with lots going on. You can also stop for street food nearby, like souvlaki or gyros, which makes it an easy lunch area during a day of sightseeing. Monastiraki can get crowded, but that's also part of its energy. If Plaka is the charming old neighborhood, Monastiraki is the louder, busier, more chaotic side of central Athens. For something connected to both ancient history and modern sport, the Panathenaic Stadium is a really interesting place to visit. It's especially famous because it hosted the first modern Olympic Games in 1896, but the site itself goes back much further than that. The stadium is also known for its bright white marble, which makes it look very different from most stadiums you see today. What I like about the Panathenaic Stadium is that it's easy to visit and enjoy, even if you're not a huge sports fan. You can walk around the stands, look down at the track, take photos from the marble seating, and imagine how different it must have felt when the stadium was full of people. There is also a small exhibition connected to Olympic history, so it gives the visit a bit more depth than just looking at the outside. It doesn't take as long as the Acropolis or a big museum, which makes it a good stop to fit between other sites. It's simple, impressive, and one of those places that feels very connected to Athens' identity. If you want to go deeper into Greek history, the National Archaeological Museum is one of the best museums in Athens. It's not right next to the Acropolis like the Acropolis Museum, so it takes a little more effort to visit, but it's worth it if you enjoy ancient art, statues, gold objects, pottery, and historic treasures from different parts of Greece. This museum feels bigger and more traditional, so I'd give yourself enough time instead of trying to rush through everything. You'll find collections from different periods, including Mycenaean, Cycladic, Neolithic, and Classical Greek antiquities. Some pieces feel small and detailed, while others are large statues that make the ancient world feel much more real. What makes the museum special is that it shows more than just Athens. It gives you a wider look at Greek civilization from very early history to later ancient periods. If the Acropolis Museum helps explain one famous site, the National Archaeological Museum gives you the bigger picture. For another ancient stop in the center of Athens, visit the Temple of Olympian Zeus. It's close to the Acropolis area, so it's easy to add to the same sightseeing day without going far out of your way. The temple is mostly in ruins now, but the huge columns that still stand give you a good idea of how massive it must have been. What makes this place interesting is the scale. The columns are tall, heavy, and dramatic, and they feel different from some of the other ruins in Athens because the site is more open and spread out. You don't need a huge amount of time here, but it's worth stopping by if you want to see another major piece of ancient Athens. Right nearby, you can also see Hadrian's Arch, which is a marble gateway built in honor of the Roman Emperor Hadrian. The Temple of Olympian Zeus and Hadrian's Arch are one of those landmarks you can visit quickly, take a few photos, and then continue walking toward Plaka, Syntagma, or the Acropolis Museum. To end your time in Athens, spend an evening in Psyri. During the day, it has small streets, shops, street art, cafes, and a slightly creative feeling, but later on it becomes one of the better areas for food and nightlife. It's close to Monastiraki too, so it's easy to reach if you're already staying or sightseeing around the historic center. What I like about Psyri is that it feels a bit more energetic and casual than Plaka. You can come here for dinner at a taverna, try Greek dishes, and then stay longer for a drink if you want. Some streets feel busy and colorful, while other corners are smaller and more relaxed. It's also a good area if you want your evening to feel less like formal sightseeing and more like actually enjoying the city. After a day of ruins, museums, and walking in the sun, sitting down for good food, and then wandering through Psyri's lively streets is a really nice way to finish an Athens trip. And that's all for my Athens travel guide. Let me know in the comments below which of these 10 things you're most excited to do. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.